Welcome in, Sports with Balls, y'all. It's a Friday. Hell yeah. Excited about today's show, man. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Thank you guys tuning in. Those of y'all that are tuning in via, well, let's see, Instagram here pretty soon. Looks like Instagram is going to go live, so we'll be live on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, bunch of different sites, LinkedIn actually as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Jeff Michael. If y'all are listening to podcast version, thank you so much on this Friday, December the 15th, National Cupcake Day. Big fan. Ugly sweater day. Look, I had an ugly sweater ready to go. I just didn't put it on because it would have been highly inappropriate. Let's just say that. So ugly sweater day. So break out your holiday sweaters, get them on, and take it out there. Ugly sweater day. Bill of Rights Day. What else we got? National Re-Gifting Day. There you go. International Tea Day. And Wear Your Pearls Day. Reason I bring up Wear Your Pearls, isn't that a Philadelphia Philly thing? Bryce Harper and them? Who started that? I forgot what's his name that started that. Anyways, National Wear Your Pearls Day. So break out your ugly sweaters, wear your pearls, and eat a cupcake on this December the 15th, 10 days away from the birth of Jesus Christ. That's right. Christmas is 10 days away. Wow. Unbelievable. What do we got going on today, man? There's a lot. There is a lot going on. Wait. All right, here we go. Last night's game. The Raiders, man. The Raiders. I don't know. Should we say Raiders or should we say Chargers? I don't know. Oh, man. Hold on. I'm trying to look this up real quick, guys. Give me a second. I want to make sure I've got all of my ducks in a row before I get going. All right. My internet is really messing me up. But anyways, Christmas 10 days away. Let's get back. All right, we'll get on it. All right, listen, the game last night. We're going to talk about it here in depth. And look, is this about the Raiders or is this about the Chargers? I don't know. We'll find out. Does Mr. Staley have a job after today? That is the huge question that everybody's asking. I don't know. I would say no. That was embarrassing, but we'll find out. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Thursday Night Football, obviously. We're going to talk about the NFL games this weekend. There's 3 games tomorrow, 3 games on a Saturday, and there's 7 bowl games tomorrow. You've got 10 football games going on tomorrow afternoon. It's fantastic. I will be watching my kids ice skating. That's right. That is very true. I'll have to read about them and watch them when I can. But 10 football games on tomorrow, 7 bowl games. We'll get into those, and 3 NFL games. We'll talk about those in a little bit. We'll also get into Sunday's NFL games. There's a lot on the line on Sunday, and there's some huge injuries. The Houston Texans are in trouble with injuries. I mean, bad trouble. For a team that looked like they're about to go to the playoffs and make some noise, they look like they're about to be in deep you know what. Their entire starting wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks are all hurt, and defensive players as well. So anyways, we'll get into Sunday's game. I got the parlay of the day coming up. Also have big news. Pay attention to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets. Huge news coming up today. They're in the process of onboarding right now. If that makes any sense to you, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, but it's getting there. So welcome to Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. Let's get going. December the 15th. The day after, the Las Vegas Raiders scored the most points they've ever scored in their franchise's history. This was an absolute embarrassment for Chargers. I don't care what Staley said after the game. I don't care if he's like, yeah, I should be the coach. No, you shouldn't. What was it? Richard Sherman said at halftime yesterday, fire him at halftime. Look, he was already on the hot seat. I think everybody knows that. But after this, it's see you later. I'm hearing rumblings that the owner he's ready to get rid of him today. I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, why would you make a decision 13 games into your season? I'm sorry, 14 games into the season. And you've got, 4 games left. Just let it ride it out. I mean, you're not making the playoffs. Your quarterback's hurt. Your season's already gone. Ride it out. And then, of course, he's gone during the offseason. I don't know if they make a move with 4 games left. Maybe they do. Maybe the owner's that pissed off. This was absolutely unbelievable. 42-0 at halftime. Wow. And by the way, if you had the Raiders as your defense in fantasy football for your playoff week 1, congratulations. Because I was playing against a guy that had them. And he scored 25 fantasy points on his defense. Woo! I'm sure other leagues have more. I'm sure other leagues have less. But, man, if you stacked up the Raiders who scored 2 defensive touchdowns yesterday, unbelievable. 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers for the Raiders. This was probably the worst possible game you could imagine. But if you look at Easton Stick's actual numbers, 257, 3 touchdowns and 1 pick, that's a pretty damn good day. A lot of that was junk, but wow. And then if you want to flip that around, on Aiden O'Connell, 4 touchdown passes. I believe all in the first half. Quarterback rating of 120. So we had Easton Stick go for over 250, 3-1, and you had Aiden O'Connell go for 250, 4-0. In a game that we all thought under. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The NFL is absolutely insane this year with backup quarterbacks. Easton Stick had a 113 quarterback rating, and they got blown the F out. That's absolutely unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. The NFL, man. And look, I told you guys yesterday, Raiders -3. That was obviously great. I was actually on the under as well, but I didn't know how they were going to score. And it turned out they couldn't not score. Raiders putting on a show. And it brings up the question is who's their head coach next year? You got both these teams right now in head coach turmoil. Are the Raiders going to stick with what they have? Remember they got rid of Rich Bisaccia, who everybody loved in Raiderland? Everybody loved Rich. You got rid of him. And now 2 coaches later, here they are. Are they going to stick with their man now? And the Los Angeles Chargers. We all know we all know where that's going. We all know where that's going. Staley's out of there. You can forget about it. I wonder what the Raiders are going to do. Are they going to give him a chance? Are they going to stick with what they have? Because look, this dude is motivating the hell out of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I know he's a player's coach. I get it. But is that going to translate? You can all have fun right now this year, but is that going to translate into next year? When you actually got to play a full season and it's not like, oh, well, right now they're playing with house money. Got rid of Josh McDaniels, and now you're playing with house money. Are you going to keep your head coach or go through the same exact thing you did last year? I don't know. Antonio Pierce seems to have that team heading in a right direction. I don't even know if that's the case. Was this Chargers being Chargers, or was this Raiders just actually putting it all together with Aiden O'Connell? Is Jimmy G going to stay there? There's a lot of questions in Raiderland. Look, this was fun. It was a blast for Raiders. Here's a question. When did you turn your television off? Or at least change the channel on that game? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I was off in the second quarter. And I kept checking, and I was reading it, and I kept looking up going, damn. And then in the third quarter, damn. But there's a lot of questions in Raiderland. Lots of questions. Who's your head coach? Who's your quarterback? What are you going to do? The star on that team is Max Crosby. That dude's unbelievable. We all know Max Crosby, unbelievable player. Now you got to figure out, are you keeping Antonio Pierce? Or are you going after somebody else? Bill Belichick. You're hearing rumblings of John Gruden. That would be interesting. I don't know. I just don't want it, the same thing like that happened to Rich Bisaccia, who everybody loved, to happen again. It seems like they all love Antonio Pierce. I'm not saying the guy deserves $40 million in a head coaching contract. I don't know. But, he should be in there. He should at least be in the discussion for the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And on the flip side of that, the Los Angeles Chargers, there's a spot for Bill Belichick. You already got your franchise quarterback. You just need to improve on your defense because they hung 63 on you. And who's the defensive head coach? Bill Belichick. Anyways, Raiders win, Chargers lose. Chargers are 5-9. Raiders move to 6-8, a respectable 6-8. And it's one of those games. Easton Stick versus Aiden O'Connell, and they put up 84 freaking points. That is unreal. All right, we got a quick show, man. There's a lot to go over. I can sit here and talk about that for days and days. But let's move forward to the NFL games this weekend. There's 3 games tomorrow at 12 o'clock, 3:30, and 7:15. So you've got NFL all day tomorrow. You've got college football all day tomorrow. Let's start out with the Vikings at the Bengals. Right now, Bengals -3. I like this. I like it a lot. Look, Browning's playing pretty darn good. He's a serviceable quarterback for somebody that nobody knew who the hell he was. Look, they're only -3 over the Vikings. Vikings are 5-2 away. Bengals are 4-3 at home. Look, you get 2.5 points for being at home anyways. This is basically a pick'em game. I like the Bengals minus the 3 points. Next game is Steelers and Colts. You got the Colts -1.5. Steelers got their edge rushers back. Watch out. I like Steelers in this game. I do. For all the smack that everybody was talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, watch this team make the playoffs, and everybody's, here we go. Y'all were fine. Everybody's calling for a new head coach in every single team if they don't make the playoffs every single year. You can't do that. I realize that it's a win now, like time in the NFL, but wow. Steelers are 7-6. If they beat the Colts, who are 7-6 as well, they'll be 8-6 and in a playoff run. It's a good team. Colts are actually a really good team, too, with Gardner Minshew at the helm. We know Anthony Richardson. He's out for the year. Gardner Minshew's playing well. Pittman Jr., Zach Moss. This will be a fun game. The over-under's at 42. Steelers-Colts tomorrow, 3:30. Fun game. Next game tomorrow night, and a game that nobody thought was going to be very interesting, actually is going to be phenomenal. The Broncos at the Detroit Lions. It's Detroit -4.5 right now. Broncos, you get 4.5 points. It's in Detroit. This should be a fun. I see a close game. I like the 4.5. I see a close game. There's some good prop bets in this game. Russell Wilson's over in passing yardage because the Lions, you can throw on them. There's some great prop bets in that Broncos and Lions game tomorrow. All right, on Sunday, Browns, Bears. Cleveland -3. I don't know, man. I love the story of Joe Flacco coming back. I love the fact that Cleveland's 8-5 with 4 different quarterbacks. Is this coach of the year in Cleveland? Man, they're 6-1 at home. The Browns keep finding a way to win. They're playing a bad Bears team. Give me the Browns minus the 3 points. Buccaneers and Packers, Green Bay -3.5. This is a fun football game. I'm not going to touch it. This is a great football game. Both these teams are actually pretty good. I mean that exactly the way I said it. They're actually pretty good. They're not really good. They're not great. Buccaneers, Packers. Sunday afternoon. And then the game I was talking about earlier, Texans at the Titans. This is Tennessee -3 right now. Guys, I'm jumping all over that. I don't know how the Texans, they've got Davis Mills in now. They've got defensive players out. Nico Collins probably won't play. Noah Brown probably won't play. I don't know where the offense is going to come from the Houston Texans. They haven't been able to run the ball the entire year. So this is the Davis Mills show. Yeah, give me the Titans -3 points. Kevin Anthony joining the show with a comment, as always, go Cowboys. Staley is gone. At least there was a lot of scoring last night. Yeah, look, I'll pose the question, when did you turn it off? I was off in the second quarter and just kept looking back going, damn. We'll see if Staley's gone today. I'd mentioned that earlier, and I don't know why you'd fire him with 4 games left, but you never know. How pissed off are the owners? Jets and Dolphins on Sunday as well. Dolphins -9.5. Woo. The Jets actually have a decent defense. This is weird because the over-under sits at 37.5, yet it's the Dolphins -9.5. Oof. They actually ran the ball pretty well against the Jets when they played them earlier in the season. So there's some decent prop bets in that. I don't like the 9.5. I'll take the Jets plus the 9.5 maybe. But yeah, maybe prop bets. Most are getting a touchdown. I believe Achane, we're trying to figure out if he's going to play in that game or not, but we'll keep you posted. Chiefs and Patriots. Chiefs -8.5. What? I realize the Patriots are not that good of a football team, but Bill Belichick still can play defense. Chiefs -8.5. That's not a good football team right now. It's not. I'm taking the Pats plus the 8.5. I'm not saying they're going to win, but all right, Giants and Saints, good football game. Falcons, Panthers. Oof. Falcons are only -3 right now. May jump on that one. Commanders at the Rams, 49ers and Cardinals. 49ers are -12. Oof. Cowboys and Bills. This game's been confusing people all week long. Bills have been favored. It was -3. It's now down to -2. A bunch of people taking the Cowboys. It takes a lot of money to move a line 1 point. I don't know if I'm going to bet this game. The weather looks to be cloudy, 36 degrees. I think they're talking about the reason it's -2 is Dak Prescott and that offense is not near as potent outside as they are indoors at home. So I think you're accounting for the outdoor stadium. You're accounting for them on the road. And a tough test for the Cowboys. The Bills are favored, which is absolutely insane for a 10-3 Cowboys team against a 7-6 middle-of-the-road Buffalo Bills team. That the Cowboys are underdogs. That's awkward. We're going to see what happens. I may I may take the Cowboys. But if they lose, oh, Kevin Anthony, you're going to hear it. Oh, you're going to hear it. But look, let's get to some college football games tomorrow as well, dude. Saturday is packed, absolutely packed with football. I cannot wait. And look, today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. We were just talking about the Bills. They've got a Bills Mafia bar. They've got a Jets bar. They got a Cowboys bar. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Drink specialists. They just won another award for their food. Unbelievable. Also, Josh Smith over at Modern Home Improvement and Remodeling. Go to modern-homeimprovement.com, 832-930-0156. Mention SWB. Get $500 off of your bathroom or kitchen remodel. All right, college football, bowl games tomorrow. I'm stoked about this. Dude, the gambling this weekend. I may win or lose a lot of money this weekend. It may go down. 10 a.m. tomorrow. 10 a.m. Central Time, football will begin, and it will go until 10 p.m. tomorrow. College and NFL. This is fantastic. Georgia Southern taking on Ohio in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. 11 a.m. hour after that, Howard to Florida A&M. Look, this is my pick. This is my pick for tomorrow's games. Florida A&M -6.5. I'll take it all day long. They are 11-1, facing a 6-5 Howard team. Florida A&M will probably destroy them. So I've got Florida A&M as my pick of the weekend. Put your money on it. Jackson State, that's in the Cricket Celebration Bowl, by the way. Yeah, you heard that right. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Cricket Celebration. All right, the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Jacksonville State will take on Louisiana in the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. We should have done that game where I mention a bowl game, a name of a bowl game, and see if you can say, is it a bowl game or is it not a bowl game? Because the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl game. All right. Miami of Ohio at Appalachian State. I like Appalachian State. In fact, I like the over in this game. It sits at 41.5. I like the over. New Mexico State at Fresno State in the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. Give me New Mexico State. It's their bowl, right? Give me New Mexico State. UCLA and Boise State at 6:30 p.m. in the Starco Brands LA Bowl. Yeah. And then to cap off your college football weekend, California versus Texas Tech. Both these teams 6-6 on ESPN tomorrow night, 8:15 in the Radiance Technology Independence Bowl. And then, of course, Sunday's NFL football. And then you have an entire week of football. Monday, you have a bowl game. Tuesday, you have a bowl game. Wednesday, we'll have off. Then you have a bowl game Thursday, bowl game Friday, bowl game Saturday. It is bowl game after bowl game after bowl game coming up. I love it. This is one of my favorite times of the entire year. There's 10 football games on tomorrow between college and NFL. 7 college football games and 3 NFL games. That is insane. Absolutely love it. The weather's turning. Hope you guys are all decorated for your Christmas. I know I am. Going to be a pain in the ass putting it all up, but whatever. There's 10 games tomorrow. I will be watching my kids ice skating. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Listen, welcome to the show. Those of y'all that are just tuning in, I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. If you missed anything, go back to Sports with Balls in your podcast arenas. The entire show will be up there right after I get off of here. I've got, got a busy day today. Hope you guys do as well. Friday. Woo, I love it. Let's see. What else we got to get into? Draymond being suspended. We all know that. Look, Tiger Woods is on TV today. T-Dub and his son will be playing in the PNC Championship. I believe they tee off in about an hour. That'll be interesting. Parlay of the day. I only have 2 teams that I like tonight. And if you want to pair them with that Florida A&M game tomorrow, that's fine. But there's 2 NBA games that I really like tonight. That's the Pacers game and the Lakers game. Both playing really bad teams. Both those teams are pretty damn good. I believe LeBron will be back and playing tonight. And if Anthony Davis is playing as well, that's going to be an absolute blowout. Pacers minus the points, Lakers minus the points, and Florida A&M tomorrow minus the points. That is your parlay of the day. All right, back to this NFL. There was a question that was posed this morning on the Dan Patrick Show that I thought was very, very interesting. And it was, which NFL franchise is in the worst spot? Or it's basically, the worst spot. Los Angeles Chargers, Arizona Cardinals, New England Patriots, or the Carolina Panthers. In Los Angeles, you do have your franchise quarterback. You have no defense. Yeah, it looks to be a mess after last night, but you do have a quarterback there in Justin Herbert. In Arizona, can you deal with Kyler Murray? That's the question. You're going to get a high draft pick. Can you pick? You want an offensive lineman? Do you want to go after Harrison Jr.? Do you want more? Are you going to be able to surround Kyler Murray? Is he? The book on Kyler is that he's just not a team player. He's not good in the locker room. And that he plays a lot of video games. I can't believe that was a contract, actually. It was in his contract. That was hysterical. Next team, so Chargers, Cardinals, the New England Patriots. That's a team. Look, I obviously you need a quarterback, but that team's a mess right now. But you do have a great owner who wants to win. And then you have the Carolina Panthers. Kevin Anthony has his vote in already for Carolina. The owner over there way too involved, and that whole franchise is a mess. They drafted the wrong quarterback, it looks like. Now, I say it looks like. It's early. It is completely early in Bryce Young's career and CJ Stroud's career. I hate labeling people already when they're 12, 14 games into their NFL careers as, this guy's better than this guy. Peyton Manning broke the interception record when he was a rookie. So, and we all saw how that turned out. 2 Super Bowls later in a Hall of Fame career. So I don't want to hear Bryce Young's not it. They've got issues. They've got issues. But there's 4 teams right there that have major problems. Chargers, Cardinals, Patriots, and Panthers. All right. Let's recap a little bit of today. We had Thursday Night Football where the Raiders absolutely dismantled the Chargers. Will Brandon Staley last through the weekend? That's another great question. I don't know. I tend to say he will. There's 4 games left on their schedule. I don't really see them firing him. With 4 games left, what would be the point? Unless the owner is just absolutely just fed up with it. They've lost 5 of the last 6 games. The only win that they had was a 6-0 win over the New England Patriots. And I'm sorry, there's only 3 games left on the schedule. Why would they fire him 3 games left on the schedule? It just let him ride it out. You got the Bills, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. Let this dude finish this out. Sorry, Charger fan. I'm sorry. I know my boy Josh in San Diego. He absolutely loves the Chargers. And this is it's a bad road. They've lost 5 of the last 6 games. Lions, Packers, Ravens, Broncos, Raiders. The only win was a 6-0 win over the Patriots. And now they have the Bills, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. Let's just say this. Brandon Staley is if he has a house in Los Angeles, he's putting it up for sale. He's calling his realtor today. That is for sure. By the way, if you live in Texas, call Joe Applewhite. Joe Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Making the impossible possible. The GOAT of real estate. All right, guys, look, go to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets for incredible content. Great arguments going on in there, man. Go to the Facebook page. Go to the TikTok page. I will be live on Instagram. I've got incredible news coming up. It looks like it'll be later on in the day where I was hoping to get it done by this morning, but it looks like later on today. You guys will all be notified. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you missed anything, go to Sports with Balls in your podcast arenas. I will put the show up now. You guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jeff Michael. This is